Hey everyone, off the mic Sports Network here. Big story in the NFL. Obviously, the playoffs have the wild card round has come and gone. But the big story is the Dallas Cowboys job head coaching position is open. Mike McCarthy's contract has run out. No surprise. The Cowboys are looking for a new head coach. How it got to this point where they had a coach in a lame duck season where they didn't give him an extension. The season doesn't go the right way for the Cowboys. And then they get to the point of, hey, we're waiting a week into the season. The first round of the playoffs is over. We can't even interview candidates like Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, who are seemingly two of the top candidates, being them being a part of the Detroit Lions. But the Cowboys have botched this. I mean, this is quintessential Jerry Jones. But then the next shoe dropped in this thing, and that's what I want to talk about here because I've already, broached the topic of Deion Sanders, Coach Prime going to the NFL. But then word got out that Deion Sanders, you know, reportedly talked to Jerry Jones about the Cowboys' vacant coaching position. And there's a lot here. And then also, I guess, to ESPN and Adam Schefter, Deion basically said, it's great to talk to Jerry Jones. It's a good thought, but I love Bolter. He didn't say no. So this is still very much on the table for Deion Sanders to potentially go to the Dallas Cowboys. And you know what? On some level, I want to see this because this would be a absolute train wreck. This would be an absolute train wreck. And for Cowboys fans, they're like, oh, we're getting Shedeur Sanders. There's like, you guys paid Dak Prescott $60 million a year. If you were to trade him, by the way, he's got a full no trade clause, so you can't even trade him. You would be, if you were to trade Dak Prescott today, which technically I don't even think you can do because the trade deadline, you can't even trade him until the new league year to begin with. But if you were to trade him right around the start of the new league year, which would be in March, $100 million dead cap hit. Dallas is not doing that. So if Deion Sanders is coming to Dallas, it's not with his son, which he has not proven yet that he can win football games without his son at quarterback. So I don't see this happening. Deion hasn't said no. I could totally see it going the other way if Jerry makes Deion an offer that he can't refuse. But I am all for this for the content creation in my world in terms of I just think that this would be about the worst possible decision that the Cowboys could make because it's totally Jerry Jones. It's totally flash. It's totally glitz and glamour. And it would not lead to them being any better whatsoever. Hell, I would take some of these other coordinators who are vacantly. My buddy Andrew Marks, who you guys have seen on the Mad Sports Show, Cliff Kingsbury would be a good option. If they wanted to go get Ben Johnson, which would be really hard to do right now because Ben Johnson literally can't talk to them until until they're eliminated from the playoffs, and the Lions are expected to go on a decent run here in the playoffs. So, it's it's a bizarre situation here. And frankly, I have no idea how Deion is going to be tied to his son because they've been attached to each other through high school and through college at the HBCU level, which was the FCS level, and then at the FBS level at Colorado. I don't know if Shedeur is going to work in the NFL. I don't know if Deion Sanders would work in the NFL. I don't know if they're going to work together without each other. But we'll see. Deion's actually got a decent thing going at Colorado. I don't know why he would leave. But man, if he's all about box office, and if the Cowboys can somehow find a way to get Shedeur Sanders to them, that'd be intriguing at least for Deion to think about. But that being said, I'd rather have Dak Prescott. I would rather have Dak Prescott than Shedeur Sanders right now. So people will kill me for that, but Dak's a better quarterback. He shouldn't be getting paid the money that he is, but Dak's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's won playoff games. He's proven that he can win at this level. He's been injured a decent amount, and there's limitations with him. But I don't think Shedeur's the better option here. So if the alternative is Deion Sanders and Shedeur, while also sacrificing a bunch of dead cap money just so you can make this thing work, it's a train wreck. It's a bad idea. I hope the Cowboys do it just for the sake of entertainment value, but from a strictly football perspective, it makes no sense. So if you're a Cowboys fan who's actually hoping and praying that this happens, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. Andrew is one of the few smart people on the Cowboys side who's hoping and praying for some more sensible approach in terms of, who they want to hire. And I have no idea who the Cowboys are going to hire. It'll be very interesting to see how this thing goes. In regards to Mike McCarthy, in terms of this video, I think the Chicago Bears is a perfect fit for him. Everybody wants Ben Johnson to go to Chicago. I think Mike McCarthy with Caleb Williams would actually be a really good idea. Yes, Mike McCarthy has his faults, but that guy's won a Super Bowl. I understand that it was over a decade ago with Aaron Rodgers, but you pair Mike McCarthy with Dak Prescott was a good quarterback. He was with Aaron Rodgers, who was and Brett Favre, who were both really, really great quarterbacks. Say what you will about them personally. Caleb Williams would be the best of that group, in my opinion, in terms of raw ability that needs to be rounded and informed. So if I'm the Chicago Bears and the minute Mike McCarthy is available, I run to him, interview him, and if I like what I hear, I get him to sign no matter what. Don't even let him get out the door to go to the New Orleans Saints, because I've heard the Saints are interested too. If I'm Mike McCarthy, I would much rather be in Chicago. You get a chance to do an FU to Green Bay again. And then also you get the best quarterback really in terms of, free agency, like, in terms of, these vacant jobs of what you think is going to be good. So I'm really excited to see what happens with Mike McCarthy. But then with the Cowboys, which is really the source of this video, it's like anybody but Deion Sanders would be a good idea, because like I said, I think there's a bunch of caveats that would have to make this happen. And that's why Deion put out that statement, because he's playing a game of chicken with Jerry, seeing how committed he is to potentially make a move. He's in no rush to leave Colorado, but if there's an offer that he can't refuse, he will go to the NFL. Mark my words, he will. I just don't know how this thing is going to look at Colorado without his son there. I do think they've got pieces there. The best chance for him to succeed on his own is not in the NFL. It's at Colorado, because he's at least building something there. So that's my thought there. I'll have more here on the channel throughout the week as we head towards the national championship game in college football. The divisional round, we'll have a preview of that. A whole hell of a lot more sports entertainment, good content coming throughout the week. I will talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.